Welcome to the Becks, a podcast that explores multimedia horror with hosts Becky and Sydney. Join us as we talk about movies, books, video games, music, and much, much more.
Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Sydney Rebecca.
And I'm Rebecca Snow.
And we're the Becks. And we are interviewing the cast and directors of a new production of a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde musical. So we're super psyched to have you guys here. Thank you so much for doing this with us. Joining us first is going to be Matt.
Hi.
How you feeling, Matt?
Nervous.
Don't be nervous.
No, I'm just
It's
kidding.
fine.
I'm not nervous at all.
I was going to say, you're like going to be performing in front
Yeah,
of like...
you're like the lead character, correct?
Yes. Yeah, well, one of them, yeah.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is about for those who don't know.
Well, each actor probably has a little bit of a different interpretation of it. I see it as kind of a love story between a man, his father, and his two love interests that he has during this, having, being either Dr. Jekyll or Edward Hyde. He's either way, but just kind of see it as a love story. And
do you think he's deserving of having two love interests?
well, when I'm playing the character, yes, of course. The biggest thing is, to me, is like the love for his father, because what he's doing in this, with this formula and everything, is that he's trying to figure out a way to take away madness from people who are sick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, that's the biggest part of it, really, and it sets the tone in the beginning of the musical. Is that it really shows you that that's what this is kind of about. So, and that's my interpretation of it. Everybody else has a different interpretation of it. Our
Sure.
musical director has an interpretation. The other actors and actresses you'll be speaking to today, they'll have their interpretation of it as well. But I think it's a very good show. I mean, the music in it, I love doing the musicals, and that's pretty much what I would come in to do at the theater, are the musicals. When they told us we were doing it, I was super excited about the music in it. The music is just great. Yeah, very difficult, but fun.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it last night because I've never seen it in person. So I just kind of wanted to see the songs that you guys were doing, and holy cow, I'm excited to see your performance of it, because wow, I'm just amazed.
I hope
So
you
it
didn't
should
watch
be pretty
anybody that
cool.
was really good,
It
because
was David Hasselhoff, so no. No, it's the worst. It's the only one I could find to watch.
He actually did a
He did
better job than I thought.
But yes,
If you want to see one that's pretty accurate to what we're going to be doing on the stage, it's the 2009 international version of Jekyll and Hyde.
Okay, good to know.
On YouTube. If I can say that. I don't know if I can say that, but
Yeah.
it's your show. I mean,
We're just telling some people to watch it,
Right.
basically.
Exactly.
So
We're
it's not.
we'll contact the lawyers later. Don't worry about it.
So, is there anything new you learned about this character from playing Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Something unexpected.
I did one of the songs from the show in a musical review, Confrontation, and I will say, when I was doing that it really, you take on a character when you're doing on stage. When you're comfortable with the lines and the lyrics of the songs, you take on the whole persona of the thing. And I'll tell you, after I did that song, Confrontation, in that musical, I was supposed to be in the next song on stage. It was so intense. To me, I really like the fact that people can get up here and do what they want to do, right? So
Yeah.
I'm learning more about myself than anything, because the music in this for me is difficult. It's operatic. I'm not typically that type of singer, but with our vocal director helping out, it's been very kind of a smooth transition to that. So I'm not learning more about the play. I'm learning more about myself.
Okay.
So
Cool.
And that I can do it. So
Good for you. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool to hear.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of I know you're kind of playing two characters, so this is kind of it'll be a question for both characters. But what would your favorite part of your character's journey be?
I would say that at the beginning, as Dr. Jekyll, the showing the love for my father, then showing the love for Emma. One of my favorite songs in the first act is "Take Me as I Am," and that's performed with Brianna, who you're going to talk to later. It really sets a soft side of Dr. Jekyll and shows vulnerability. And then later in the show, as you know, Edward Hyde, there's a transition between Dr. Jekyll to Edward Hyde, and there's actually a song called "Transformation" in the show.
Okay.
That started out by Edward Hyde, and then at the very end, it's when he takes the potion. You know, it turns into Hyde. I guess the biggest song for him that I like is called "Dangerous Game," and it's performed with Emma, or not Emma, Lucy. I get them confused. I get Dr. Jekyll and Edward Hyde confused too, but and it's him expressing his love for her as well. So it's kind of they're two big songs, and well, there's a lot of big songs in this thing. So those are probably my two favorite parts of the show, and then the end will be good. So
No spoilers.
no
right?
spoilers, but the end will be good.
All right.
So you talked a little bit about what you're finding out about yourself. So for you with this musical, what is the acting process for you? Like, where do you start? Where do you go? Do you put yourself in the character and kind of from there?
For me, I'll tell you right now, for me, it's at this point right now, we're getting to be about 2 weeks till opening. I'm feeling comfortable with my talking lines. There's a lot of songs for me, and I kind of go through a boot camp at home by myself with that, and supposed to be off book on Monday. We'll see. But once I get off book, that's when I start to really embrace the character and embrace the choreography, embrace the acting on stage, because you're walking around with this book in your hand and trying to read your lines, and you're trying to remember your lines while you're trying to walk, make sure you get over here to a certain time. To me, that's when it's really going to start, is when we can start running through the show without books and have some stumbles, and then by the time we get to the show, it'll all be perfect.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it'll all be perfect. It'll all be
100%.
perfect. But my process is that read the script, learn the script, actually understand what you're auditioning for and what you're going to be playing. So I did quite a little bit of research on it, because I'm like, well, if I'm going to go for it, I want to go for it.
Yeah. When we had talked previous to this, when we first talked to you about it, you said that you wouldn't do it if you weren't going to play.
Well, I was
really
this to me is a dream role for me. The only other role that I'd want to play that I could think would be Roger in Rent. I mean, to be honest with you, that's one of my favorite musicals too. So yeah, I told myself that this was going to be a lot of dedication to this show and to this theater, and I owe it to my fellow actors to make sure that I'm on point, because it's a lot of me, and they depend on me, so I have to do it. So it's a lot. You committed to a lot when you've done this role. So
yeah. So that brings me to my next question. So what drew you to this project in particular?
It's been kind of ever since I did Confrontation, it's been kind of a if we could get it, because that's always the thing with community theater. Can you get these big productions? Like, can you get Little Shop of Horrors? Can you get Mamma Mia? Can you get, this production of this show was not the first one we had picked for this show.
Okay.
We could not get the one that we wanted, and we were all prepared for that, to audition for that. And then, the director came to me and asked me if I would be interested, if they could get Jekyll and Hyde, if I'd be interested in auditioning. And I said, absolutely, 100% I would be interested in auditioning. So a couple of weeks later, they sent out something saying that we were doing auditions. I'm like, they got it? I can't believe they got it. This show that we're doing now is going to be touring the United States in September.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what's going on with Mamma Mia, was that show started touring, so they don't really let you get community theaters, get them, and they're so expensive to get the royalties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We've done pretty well with our last few musicals to be able to get stuff like Jekyll and Hyde and Little Shop and Addams Family. Those are all big productions, and it really shows the dedication of the community, coming out and doing these things, and them coming to watch us.
Absolutely.
People are going to see Jekyll and Hyde. Oh my goodness, how's that going to be? And hopefully, when the paper's here and they do a review of it, it'll be a spark to get people coming too. So
there seems to be a lot of buzz for
Yeah.
the show. So
we have a big cast. So it's I want to say it's 27 people in the cast, ranging from the ages of 12 to my age. No, we have a couple that are a couple years older than me, but no, but the kids are involved in this show, and which is great. They know what they're in, their parents know what they're in, and they're true. They truly love the stage. The kids do.
That's awesome.
And they're very mature kids for their age. Like, they've been on stage since they were like 3-4 years old, so they know what this is about. They know how to do the things that we're asking them to do. So it's great to see that from ages of 12 to 65, we have people out here doing this, and they're doing it for free because they love theater.
Yeah.
So
all right, so we'll do like one last question and then talk a little bit about the themes of the musical itself.
okay.
So for you, were there any scenes that were particularly challenging or memorable to learn how to perform, or anything with your fellow actors? That's kind of the same question.
Not really. Dr. Jekyll and Hyde, they don't dance much, so that's a plus. Because I'm not much of a dancer, but there's not really anything uncomfortable about what I do on stage, or I think there's the two ladies that are playing the lead roles. This is their first time on stage with me. I've never been on stage with them before, but there was that transition of comfortability with them.
Sure.
Because there are things we do have to perform a stage kiss, we do have to dance, we have to be close to each other, and I think that over the last few weeks, that's kind of, me as well. Like, hey, I don't want to. We have a very good intimacy coordinator,
Good.
so it's been very comfortable, and we're getting more and more comfortable with each other. So there's nothing on stage that I'm going to be doing that's challenging per se. There's one scene that I have a hard time with, and I'm still having a hard time with, but I'll get it. But it's not anything to do with anybody else. It's the music, so it's pretty difficult.
Well, you said it was hard because the operatics and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
and there's a lot of talk singing too. So
yeah.
like, never done that. So it's a lot of.
Well, even like super good, talented people who are either acting or in musical theater sometimes have a difficult time with that. I always think about, he's in Les Mis. Who is that?
Hugh Jackman?
Nope, the other one.
I don't know. So who?
Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
So funny. But yeah, so we get it.
The talk singing thing is a little difficult, and I don't do it as much as I should be doing it in the show, because myself, I'm in 14, 15 numbers.
Okay.
Sing vocally wise. So,
Wow.
and most of them are probably 8 or 9 of them are solos. So it's a lot for a voice for one night. So I'm starting to push more as we're running through the first act, where there's 9 songs that I have. There's becoming more talk singing, because there's just some numbers there that you have to be vocally prepared for.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to hit them, because they're important spots in the musical for the audience to understand what's going on. So my kid, who's the assistant director, one of the assistant directors, has been helping me with the talk singing, and so very helpful. And I was also our intimacy coordinator. So it's been fun. The show is going to be amazing. The costumes are going to be great. The talent that we're going to have on the stage is going to be amazing. We had a hard time getting guys to come out. We've put some ladies in some spots where they're excelling and performing very well. So it's just going to be a great show. The music in it is amazing. I kind of, my kid will disagree with me, and I don't want to hear a big no out of the audience out there from you. But to me, this music in this is just as good as a big theater person would go to, say, Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
So I would.
Words.
Okay, perfect. So to me, it's iconic music. People who are going to come see it and who are familiar with it will be very familiar with it. The music is going to be done the way that it should be done. So, and the people you're getting ready to talk to, these two ladies they are uber talented vocally.
Perfect.
So it's when I first heard them sing, I was like, oh shit, I got to sing with them. They kind of intimidated me a little bit, if I'm being honest with you, but we do well together, and they're just great individuals. So.
So touching on the themes a little bit, obviously Victorian age. So there's like the repression thing, kind of more on the nose. There's the duality of man with the two characters that you play, and then being rational versus being irrational. So I'm curious if you were able to, I guess, and you don't have to answer this if it's like uncomfortable, but were you able to like relate to anything that your character goes through?
Sometimes, like when you get into thinking about a musical, or there's certain songs that kind of hit home with you. And not that my father is ill with anything, but my grandfather was ill with dementia, Alzheimer's. So the first scene of the show is just, it means so much to me. Like that's where it most closely reacts to me. To watch my grandfather go through that, and I think that's kind of what they were, someone who's lost their mind, who they considered mad back in the day. It's relates very, very well to an experience that I've been through. But really, the whole show is just a mix of emotions for me. It's a lot for me. It's a lot for everyone who's going to be on the stage, but having to play two people, and then sometimes the same song play two people. Is going to be fun. So, yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you guys coming out. This was awesome. Thank you for coming and seeing us.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us. Yeah, we're happy to do it. Yeah, we're excited.
You'll probably get a little more vulgar people up here after me.
That's all right.
My coffee hasn't kicked in yet, so
We look forward to it.
Yeah.
I'll be the calm one.
You haven't listened to the podcast yet, so you're good. I'm the one that tries not to swear. I don't always succeed.
Do you swear a lot?
I have the worst sailor mouth you've ever seen.
I'm talking about. You're getting two drunk sailors coming up here next, so.
All right. Okay.
I am not like that in real life, I swear. But in my podcast, I was like, I'm going to be the good one.
Good one. Do you hear this? All right. So
I'm much, much older, so that's the problem.
So who do we want to do next? We can do.
Should I pick?
Oh,
go ahead.
yeah.
I'll go ahead and pick my best friend and my lawyer to come up next. Patrick Bogie, who's playing John Utterson, and he secretly loves me. So
It's nice to meet you, Patrick. What role do you play?
I am John Utterson, so I am Jekyll's best friend, lawyer, and confidant throughout the entire show.
Okay, so we're going to go through pretty much the same questions that we asked Matt with each of you, just so we can get your take on everything. So our first question for you would be, is there anything new that you've learned about this character from playing the character?
Throughout this, when we first got the show, I thought I was going to be a very small part that didn't really matter, honestly. And then as we got deeper into the show, running Act 1, and then really when we started running Act 2, I realized that as Jekyll's best friend, I am watching all of this play out, watching him transform into somebody I didn't know, and trying to set him back on the path he was on before, and failing.
Wow.
Yeah, that's super deep. So your part's emotional as well.
Yes.
Lots going on there for you. Yeah.
So have you worked with Matt before?
My first show was actually the show he did Confrontation in here.
Okay.
So the first time I heard Matt sing was him singing Confrontation,
Oh wow.
and it immediately sent chills down my spine.
Yeah. See, so you're learning stuff too. So what is your favorite part of your character's journey?
That's a hard question.
Yeah.
In the end, I think it's me accepting that Jekyll is doing whatever he can in the end to make it right. So I end up just listening to what he needs and doing it instead of trying to guide him anymore. I let him form his own path and let him take it, and I just help him along the way.
Beautiful.
Well, that's something that I think is really difficult to do in real life with people that you know. Like you have to let them make their own decisions.
Well, it's also weird because I'm actively in the process of getting better at that myself.
Yeah. You're growing. You're
This-
young. So yeah.
This role came in right as I was realizing, okay, I need to let people do their thing. I just turned 21 on May 22nd.
That's a hard lesson to learn. I'm 53 and I'm still trying to learn it as a parent as well. So
True.
yeah.
Just kidding. I love you.
Do ya? That's awesome though that you're learning more. I love that you're both learning things about yourselves and the part, and it's helping you in your real life. I think that's awesome. What's the acting process for you?
Honestly, I don't have much of a process. At first, I kind of just read through the entire show,
Okay.
and at a certain point, I stop being Patrick, and I disappear when I go on stage. I am fully my character. My thoughts aren't there. My emotions aren't there. My feelings aren't there. It's entirely my character. When I walk onto the stage and I see the lights, I'm my character.
So you immerse yourself completely. That's awesome.
Yes.
Hard to do, I would argue, for some.
I've grown up with a lot of difficulties being around people. So I have a lot of experience pretending to be someone else because I've been fearful of showing my true colors. But Shoreline has also helped with that, being around a lot of people that are like-minded and really make me want to be who I always have been.
Well, there's a reason it's called community theater, right?
Yes.
So what drew you to audition for this show in particular?
That's the funny thing. I was actually supposed to be one of the assistant directors.
Okay.
I did not want to be in the show as I knew this summer was going to be very busy for me with work, and I am also a full-time college student. So for the first 2 weeks of practice, I wasn't actually here. I was in Mount Pleasant finishing up my semester.
Oh.
Oh my God, that's wild.
Yeah. So I've been playing a lot of catch up to be this character as well, and it's been tough. And then
Sure, because you didn't even expect it to be as big of a character as it is.
yeah. And then on top of that, being the tech guy at the theater.
Got a little bit on your plate.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hey, at least I didn't make you also be the assistant director at this point, right?
I told him I would not be the assistant director and act in the show.
That's fair. Boundaries are good.
Good for you.
When the director said that, hey, I need you to audition, I said, if I'm auditioning, I am no longer a director. I am no longer in that position of power. It never ends well. I've seen it happen before, and it just doesn't end up working.
Good for you being self-aware. That's awesome.
That's hard to do too,
Yeah.
because a lot of people would be just like a yes man about it and be like, yes, I can do this. Yes, I can act. Yes, I can direct. Yes, I can be the technical person. I'll do costumes too. Why not?
Well, that's how I was when I got here, and it's getting more and more difficult every day to do everything.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to not pick and choose in general, but pick and choose for the moment. So I'll do this, and I'll do this, and I'll do this, but I won't do everything.
That's good.
So back to the performance, were there any scenes that were particularly challenging and or memorable for you to play out or sing or both?
The most vocally challenging song for me is a quartet in the show between Jekyll, Utterson, Emma, and Danvers, because it is a full-on operatic quartet. There are very few music cues, there are very few vocal cues. If you get off, it's very hard to catch back up.
Okay.
And honestly, the scene that's hardest for me is probably the ending scene, where
Don't give it away.
something happens and it's kind of Utterson's fault, but at the same time not.
Okay. I do kind of want to talk about, based on what you were saying, I kind of want to talk about like personal responsibility and how you are feeling sometimes responsibility for other people's actions. It sounds like your character goes through a lot with that with his friend, Dr. Jekyll.
Yes.
So do you want to touch on that a little bit more?
So Utterson has been a lifelong friend to Jekyll. He grew up with Jekyll. He was friends with his father. And it's really hard for Utterson to separate the fact that he is, one, his lawyer, but two, his best friend. Because Utterson is also heavily involved with the Board of Governors, everyone who's trying to put Jekyll down in his studies. So Utterson is constantly facing this battle of, I need to be professional, but I want to support my best friend. And it's difficult to portray and difficult to act out, not only because it's a difficult part, but also very relatable to so many people.
Yeah, there's so many, when it comes to performing, even not performing, just being a person, you never feel just one emotion about something.
No.
Everything's super layered. And so you have to find a way to portray that as an actor on stage without saying it. So cool. I'm freaking psyched, dude. I'm like getting pumped about this show.
This is an extremely good show, and I couldn't be happier with my cast members. I mean, I wish I wasn't in it, but the rest of them are a dream team.
No, you sound like, for one, you sound like a super pivotal character. And I think that you bring a lot of understanding to the character just from how you're talking about it. So I think probably the entire cast and director and everyone will agree with me. They're thrilled to have you. Yeah.
Eh.
And definitely showing a huge amount of being mature, like Matt said. You're young. These things that you're talking about are huge things that a lot of us don't learn till way later in life. So good for you. That's awesome.
I've had a very good support group with my parents and also people in the theater. Being here has helped me grow a lot.
Any final thoughts?
As a warning, there's a lot of racy content in this show. There is a scene where we are entirely in a brothel.
Oh, nice.
And one of the main characters is one of the ladies of the night.
Okay. Yep. All right. Well, Matt did the honors of picking our next victim, so why don't you do that? Okay.
I'm gonna choose the director.
Oh.
Oh, he's already pissed at me.
So
we have a
let's-
third assistant director too.
We have a third. We have a massive, it's a massive show. So we have a massive leadership group, I would call them.
And she's like, honestly, I would say that she's a way bigger asset to the like pair of us assistant directors than I am.
So, I mean, we have a massive, this is a massive show, so we had to have, it may just be me saying it, but I think this is one of the most challenging vocal musicals we've done here. So I was the assistant director for Little Shop of Horrors. I was the assistant director for Addams Family. This music is on a totally separate level.
Look at you keep talking like you're part of the team.
It's a huge
did we have you
production.
introduce yourselves, by
Oh.
the way?
Oh, no.
Whoops.
We just kind of jumped in.
That's okay, Pat.
I'm one of the co-assistant directors. Autumn. I'm Matt's kid, and I'm also the intimacy and violence coordinator for the show.
I'm Brian Boji. I'm the director for the show, and Utterson's father.
All right.
Like I said, we have a massive. We have Amy Merrick, who is our musical director. We have Dave Carmona, who is our vocal director. We have Melinda London, who is the other assistant director. So we kind of divvied out responsibilities and got it organized. I think the way I look at my role is more of a conductor, but not of the music, but of, okay, we're just trying to get everything done. We have Sid Lopez that did all our choreography, and then we had an assistant choreographer, Corey. So we had a lot. I mean, there's a lot. Like Matt said, it's 27, 28 characters between the main cast and the ensemble. So
Wow.
trying to get 28 people who are not professional dancers, singers, and again, the age ranges from 12 and up. It's challenging,
I
But
can
it's-
imagine.
but it's rewarding. Because why do something that doesn't push yourself? If you're not pushing yourself, why do it?
All right. So we have a couple of director-specific questions for you guys.
And you guys can talk about them together, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to ask them.
We're a hive mind.
So what drew each of you to the theater, and how has your passion evolved over time?
Well, I was first introduced to the theater here when I was like 16, and I did Hats Off to Broadway too, and I dragged his butt on stage with me because we were short guys in that show and we needed them. So I was like, "Dad, you sing, you want to sing on stage?" And he said, and now he's here. So, and then I just continued doing theater here until I went off to college. And I did some theater stuff down there, took some classes. I did Rocky Horror for 2 years when
Nice.
the theater sorority hosted it during Halloween. I participated. That's why I learned to intimacy coordinate, because it was a really big aspect of that show. And then I came back here and I was more interested in working behind the scenes than being on stage. It's kind of moved that direction because my roommate was a theater major and I was more so helping him with his auditions and all of his behind the scenes stuff, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. So now I'm here.
Perfect. And you?
My son dragged me in here. That's how they roll. So he was in the one production they did of Hats 3, and then the next show was going to be just I don't sing. I do sing, just not well.
Everyone sings.
Just not well. So we were going to do just a straight play, and like that, I wanted to be on stage. That was Opal, and there we've done Gaslight and done a lot of productions here, and then either been on stage or assisted directing or directing.
So what are your approaches to working with the actors to get the best performances out of them?
I try, well, it helps that one of them is my dad, but I try, I try and I try and learn their learning styles, because it is like mostly teaching. When you're directing people on stage, you're teaching them what to do, you're teaching them how you want it. So I kind of learn their learning styles and I try and work with that, because everybody like takes direction or takes instruction either super literally, or you have to be really specific. So like you have to gauge that and how you instruct them, and I just try and go from there. That's how, like, when I'm working with Matt on vocal stuff, I over the years have learned how he best learns to like figure out the motions of a song when it comes to learning lyrics, when it comes to learning rhythm. So I'm able to work with him pretty easily when it comes to that kind of stuff.
My style? What?
Without
The biggest thing I remind myself and everybody here, right? This is community theater. We're not getting paid to do this, and so you got to make it fun. If you're not enjoying yourself while you're here, what are you doing? So that's the other thing. Reminding people that making mistakes is okay. How we get better, how we grow. You can't focus on mistakes. Making mistakes, fine. How you grow.
Yeah.
So it's all good. I like to see people. I've been directed multiple different ways. Like we get some directors who like you got to be here, and it's very regimented. I'm more of a free flower thinker because I like to see where people naturally go on their own, and then I believe you just enhance.
So, what message are the two of you hoping to convey to the audience through this musical in particular?
Matt nailed it earlier for me. It's a love story. And I know the first thing people think of Jekyll and Hyde, they're not thinking love. But you got to get deep into why he's doing what he's doing. And that's the emotional side of the story. It's not because he's trying to get powerful or maybe he's trying to cure his father.
Yeah, I didn't realize that either. So when I started looking into it, when you always hear Jekyll and Hyde, you just immediately are like, oh, good versus evil, basically, of your own personality. So I looked into it more as we were prepping for this, and I was like, oh, that makes so much more sense to me. He wasn't, trying to get rich and famous. He was just trying to help his dad, and that makes it a whole different story.
And then besides that, there's so many smaller stories inside of it.
Yeah.
You have the story between the haves and the have-nots, right? You have the upper class who think they're above everybody else. You have all the other townspeople who are very jealous of the upper class, and so you have that battle between them as well. So there's multiple dualities.
I think Brian and Matt kind of nailed it on the head with the overall message of the show, but I'm kind of hoping that outside of the message of the show, it can be sort of a broader invitation for people to come and join the theater by being like, hey, look at what we can do. Look what we can put on, because this is going to be incredible. And I want it to be like motivational for more people to come out, because we have a hard time, like specifically getting guys out here. But like, I want more people to be like excited to do community theater, because it is something that's really fun at the end of the day.
So what was the most challenging for you guys trying to direct this musical?
For me, not screwing it up. I mean, because the talent on the stage is great, right? So what you don't want to do is get in their way of being great. And I told everybody when we did this, it's playing about me. I hate it's about them on the stage, right? I don't have to learn lines. I don't have to get up here. It's about them, and it's their moment to shine. So it's really, as a director, you just want to make sure that that's my job.
I would say one of the hardest aspects technically would be the group numbers, not because our talent is hard to work with, but because working with so many people on stage at once can be really difficult, because you're coordinating so many bodies on the stage. It's just it can be rough at times, but we got there. We're getting there.
The other side is you have different levels of experience on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
So you have some people that have done a lot of shows and they're old hats. And you have some people like this is their first time on stage, or first time in stage in a very long time. And how do you direct all of them without boring the ones that are more seasoned, and making sure you explain it simple enough for the people who have.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah, because you have people who are in the industry and people who aren't. So trying to balance, like you don't want to over-explain to people who know and under-explain for people who don't.
Exactly.
So for sure. Okay. And then finally, I know we're maybe towing the line about spoilers and stuff. I mean, this musical, this book has been around since what, 1902?
Yeah.
I own a copy.
What would you say is the moment that defines this particular musical for you? So it can be like more of a personal thing too.
I would say the way in which Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde navigate their relationships within the show, and how the people that care about them navigate his own conflict, whether or not they know about what's going on, how they interact with him. I think that the characters and how they just like interact with one another is super important.
Mine is the opening couple scenes. Sets the tone for the entire show and explains why he's doing what he's doing. And if you miss that, then you really miss the actual true point of the show.
So I do want to touch on a little bit because you said it's a love story, right? And one of the most important parts of the show is his relationship with his father. I think especially recently we've had a lot of movies and theater shows who touch on more than just romantic relationships. It's about familiar, platonic, friendship. So can you touch on that a little bit more?
I mean, we make this, I don't know if it's like a running joke or if it's character work, and I appreciate either or, with like Utterson being like this secret gay lover of Dr. Jekyll. But also I think that there's a really strong, if you don't read it that way, there's this really strong like platonic bond there. Like Utterson really cares for Jekyll and his well-being, and even after he finds out a few things, he's still there for him and wants to help him. So I think that that bond is really important in the show, and I think that if you read it as romantic, you do, and that's great. If you don't, that bond is like, the importance of that is still there.
The other one that would be highlighted would be Emma and Jekyll. So I have a version that Emma really does find out what's going on, and she still accepts him,
Okay.
even though with the darker side, it's implied. But my
Sure.
vision, that's how it works, and they're still accepting, and that's what love is, knowing the worst about somebody and accepting that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, interpretation is so important to the work because it's like, okay, yeah, you have that story that you're trying to tell that you have in mind, but also you need to factor in how the audience is going to take it too. So that's an important part of theater,
Mhm.
and I mean any work really, even if it's just a book that you write or a newspaper article, nonfiction. You have to take into account what the audience is going to take away. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Audience should have tears in their eyes multiple parts.
I'm expecting to hear in the audience at some point.
So do you think you share the responsibility of trying to make that point come across, like the emotional hits, as a director, or do you lay that more at your actors' feet?
It's combined.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our job, like I told you, my style of directing is more of, okay, do what they do naturally and then enhance it, right? So you just want, your job is to basically make sure you communicate to them what those are, and then they go out and do it, and they crush it.
All right.
They crush it.
Yeah.
Final thoughts?
Don't come out for the show, you're going to miss one heck of a show.
Yeah.
20th, 21st, 26th, 27th, and 28th. Opening weekend is Saturday and Sunday, 7 p.m. on Saturday, 2 p.m. on Sunday. The following weekend, it's Friday at 7, Saturday at 7, and then the matinee last show at 2 p.m. on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You guys want to choose the next? All right. Yeah.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Brianna. I play Emma Carew, so I am the fiance of Jekyll.
Okay.
You want to know all about me?
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, we want to know
Okay.
all about you.
That's my son over there. He's 2 months old.
He's so cute.
I actually auditioned for this show when I was 3 weeks postpartum, and I brought him to every audition,
Oh my goodness, girl.
and I bring him to every rehearsal. So he is also part of the cast at this point.
I would think so.
And
And you have a big part too. So
I do, and this
wow,
is
I'm impressed.
my very first musical I've ever done. So I was in a play here for the previous show that they did. I was 28 weeks pregnant,
Oh my goodness.
and I actually gave birth on opening night. So I didn't actually get to be in the show, but I was at rehearsals every day when we had them. So
Good for you. That's awesome.
yeah.
I am super impressed. So we're going to ask you the same questions too and get
Okay.
your take on it. So is there anything new that you learned about this character by playing her?
Based on like the times that it's in, it's set in the 1800s, so during that time, of course, women were thought to be dumb. No, this girl is smart. I mean, she knows what's going on. She knows there's something going on, and when she finds out, she understands it completely. And I think I like that about her, is that she is supposed to be this highfalutin, like, in the class of society, but she's not as dumb as people think she is. So I like that.
What's your favorite part of your character's journey?
She finds herself in this journey. At first, like, she obviously has a lot of love for Jekyll, and she obviously wants that to be reciprocated.
Quiet in the audience, please.
Have some respect.
But she's choosing love for herself, and so she's also finding herself in this way, while also trying to love him the way that she wants to love him, but she's realizing that she doesn't need it.
So she doesn't have to sacrifice herself
She doesn't have to, but she's choosing to. Yeah.
Which is a big decision when you're in love, to either give yourself away or hold on to who you are. And
yes, it is.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
awesome.
it is.
So what is your process for your acting? What's your acting process? How do you get into character?
I don't really have a process. It just kind of, I just turn it on.
So
Once I hit the stage, it's just kind of.
Have you been acting since you were really young?
Nope.
Or, I mean, you look very young. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay.
Not that young. Yeah,
You're okay.
I'm
not that
very
young.
close to
You're
30.
talking to a 53-year-old woman here. You are that young.
I know.
I'm pushing 30 as well, so.
You get it. You get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I could be both your mothers, so whatever.
I haven't been acting. This is, other than the last show, this is the first time I've really ever done anything like this. So it's just, you just turn it on. I don't know. It's hard to find it too sometimes, where I mean, like the first show that we did when I was here for auditions, the first time I read lines for auditions, it was hard because I didn't know what I was like, I've never done this before. And once you do it like the second time, then you start kind of getting into it, which I also do like about this, because this show, there's not a lot of speaking lines. There's a lot more music, which is fine by me because I can remember song lyrics, but it's hard for me to remember speaking lyrics. But it's just, once you step on the stage, it's just comes out, for me at least.
I love that.
So what drew you to even audition for this project? You said you don't really have a background in it. So
That guy right there.
It was Matt.
No.
Sorry,
Yeah.
who was it? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
So my best friend and I just moved up here in November with my husband before I had my son, and during the last show, before we auditioned for that one, she was like, "Do you think you'd want to just go with me while I audition?" And I was like, "Girl, I'll do it with you." And she was like, "Brianna, you just had a baby," and I was like, "Uh-huh." And did. And did.
You are a badass.
Or not just had a baby, but you're pregnant, you don't know when you're gonna have your baby. And then when we found out that there was gonna be a musical next, we didn't know when the auditions were gonna be, but I knew I wanted to do it. And so then literally the weekend I had my baby, she was in the hospital room with me, and she goes, "The auditions are in like 3 weeks." And I go, "I think I could do it." And she was like, "Brianna." I said, no, I think I could do it. So I did it.
Oh my god.
And here we are.
That's so
awesome.
cool.
Yeah. Respect.
So were there any scenes that were particularly memorable or challenging for you that you want to talk about?
Memorable? I do have a duet with my best friend. So that's always going to be memorable for me, because her and I sing together all the time anyway. So finding out that we were going to do a duet together was really awesome.
That's cool.
Challenging? I would say the intimate parts are challenging, because you don't really know how to, like, it's hard to realize how to act that out. But Autumn has made it extremely easy to do, and she makes sure that we're comfortable with everything that we do. So it's gotten a lot easier, and now it's piece of cake. So
So you said that your character really finds herself. And I find that interesting because Matt, playing Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, he has two selves, essentially. So would you say that your character obviously doesn't go through the same journey, but do you think she goes through a similar journey as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde do?
I would say yes, because at one point, so in Act 1, without giving too much away, she's got to tell somebody off because they're in love with her. And she's like, look, I don't want you. I want Jekyll. And then once we get to Act 2, she's finding that love for herself now to really be like, huh, okay, so this is what it feels like. But then she's also very concerned for him and wants to be with him. So I think there are those two sides to her that she ends up finding. Because, Act 1, she's all for him. And then she finds some things out, and she's two people. So, yeah, I think she does.
Would you say you relate to your character?
I do. In the aspect of falling in love or loving somebody so deeply that you kind of lose yourself, and then something happens where you have to find yourself in order to not only love them but love yourself as well. So I can relate to her a little bit.
Anything else you want to add?
It's gonna be a damn good show. It's gonna be a damn good show. The community here is amazing. The part that warms my heart is how much everyone loves my son. It makes me cry some days because everybody does, and they've all been a huge help, especially when I'm at rehearsal and he's being a little fussy, and people are willing to actually take him and try and get him to calm down while I'm on stage. And so the community here is amazing. Mainly Matt, that's his dude. Benny's his dude.
Again.
Yeah. They get their daily walks in.
Well, again, that's
rehearsal.
the community part of community theater. That's what makes it beautiful and fun.
Yeah, that's one thing I say to my parents. They live downstate, and I tell them all the time, like, I'm just thrilled with the community that I've created here.
So. Where community, when they bring you in and love you and are there for you, is huge. It's huge. I grew up over in Hale. I wouldn't go back, but
right
at the time, you rally around the people you love, and
exactly,
it makes a big difference, especially when you have children.
Yes.
Yeah. Where did you come from?
I actually grew up in Farmington.
Okay.
Downstate. But my husband and I moved up here. His dad actually grew up here.
Okay.
So he wanted to move up here, and so we did. And we moved when I was 20 weeks pregnant. It was a journey.
That's wild.
It was a journey. But
you seem like a badass motherfucker.
Thank you. I am. But yeah, I love it up here. I'd never move back downstate, ever. So.
Well, we're happy to have you.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
And thank you for participating.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Tell them how stoked you were about doing this.
I'm stoked. No, I am really excited about doing this. Like I said, it's my first show, and to be a lead in it is crazy, but it's so rewarding, and it's teaching me a lot about my own voice. It's very challenging, the role that I have with the voice, with the music style that it's in. It's not something that I'm used to, but it's teaching me that I can do it, and it's helping me kind of retrain my voice, especially after having a baby. It's not easy, breast support wise, but
oh sure, yeah, I
I'm
didn't even think of that.
Yeah, because the abs are gone. But it's really, really rewarding, so I'm really excited about it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Of course. I'm gonna get off the stage now because I'm sweating.
Okay.
the mics.
Well, there's only one left. And my best friend right there. The costumes are insane. Oh, I can't. No, like literally, it's like I'm a social worker in my day-to-day life, so like I'm usually wearing blouses and khakis or jeans, and
We work in
professional
an
stuff.
office.
But now you're in,
Right.
like, Victorian
So now,
dresses.
now I'm in a corset and a skirt that comes up to here with garters and stockings.
Oh, that's right. You
So
are the lady
like
of the night.
it's yeah, I am a lady of the night or a whore. You know, choose what you'd like to, but
Okay,
yeah.
let's do this. So introduce yourself.
I'm Emily. I play Lucy.
All right.
Yep, Lucy Harris.
Is there anything new you learned about this character from playing her?
She's like pretty hardcore. She goes through a lot of turmoil and trauma, and like you first meet her and she's going through, like, she's trying to make it, just like pretty much everyone else, and she's going through this and going through that, and she just wants to be loved and accepted, and she really grows into vulnerability throughout the course of the show, and she exercises a lot of strength, and I think that's pretty admirable.
You seem like you have a pretty good understanding of her character.
Yeah. Well, I've been having to be her for the last few weeks, so yeah. It's a really hard character to jump into from, being just like a normal person growing up, loved, privileged, having access to things that you need, to having to scour for, even just like kindness. You know what I mean? It's very, it's hard to just switch,
Sure.
But
So what's your favorite part of your character's journey?
like I said, it's probably going to be that vulnerability, jumping into and exercising, learning how to grow with strength and advocating for yourself, and learning, hey, this is what I want and I deserve this, and, being able to be hopeful for something better for yourself. And I love that. And I'm all for looking into the future for the best for yourself, and say, this is what I want for myself, this is what I need in order to get there. And like I said, that's pretty admirable to see where you're at, and look to see, where you could be at some point. I think that's the journey is what's most admirable.
Cool. What's your process for acting?
So first I learn the songs, and then it's just like getting in and working with everyone else, and doing the lines and reading through. My brain is like it has to be here for me to actually like put it in here. So that's kind of my process, is just see it, and then you work through it, and then do it a few times, and then you got it.
Have you acted before?
I did. I grew up doing theater since I was really young. I did children's theater, and then I did theater through high school, and I was in choirs and all that stuff. And then I haven't done a show, like a musical, since like 2016. So it's been a very long time.
Wow. These are some big songs
This is-
to have to learn, and
This is probably the most advanced, biggest role I've ever played. So it's kind of insane. And the fact that I get to do it with my best friend, like she said, it's kind of crazy.
I love
And
that.
Matt. Love him
so
too.
How long
And
have you guys
PP.
been best friends? How long have you guys?
Oh, probably 15, 16, going on 16. Are we 16 years now? I know we just hit 10 years for high school. Yep. And like I said, I moved up here for work, and she moved up here in November. So I've been up here for now a year. June 9th, it'll be a year exactly. She moved up here in November. I had no idea she was going to do that, because before I was going downstate every weekend pretty much to see her. And
Aww.
and then she ended up pregnant in July, and then was like, hey, how do you feel if I like moved up here? And and then I screamed, cried, threw up, and now we're here. So yeah, that was great.
I get it. I've been best friends with. I'm 53, and my best friend has been my best friend since
Oh, yeah,
we were
no.
3. So for 50 years, we celebrate 50 years of friendship this year.
That's
so.
my soul partner.
Yep,
Like
that's
it's,
she's the
yeah, it's amazing to be able to experience it with her. Yeah.
So, what drew you to this project in particular? Was it your best friend was going to be in it?
Okay,
or-
so I'm gonna be super honest with you. I was so excited for Mamma Mia. It's like
Oh.
one of my favorite shows ever. And
Me
then
too.
when they announced it on like the last day of our show, I was like, what the heck? I'd never heard of Jekyll and Hyde, being so honest with you.
Really?
Yep. And then I had called Brianna because obviously she had just popped the baby out. And I'm like, so this is what show we're doing. And I said, I don't even know, like, if I don't think I want to do it. And then Brianna said, Emily, listen to the music, figure out if it's something you might be interested in, go to the audition and see what the vibe is. And then I listened to like 3 songs and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna do this show.
Hell yeah.
And then we get to auditions, and then obviously we met Brian, and then we saw Matt, and yep, here we are.
That's awesome.
2 weeks from the show, and it's insane.
That's really cool that
Yeah.
you can do it with your best friend. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, and everyone is literally like, the talent is insane. For a community, like people like see community theater and they're like, oh, this is juvenile. This show, the technicalities of this music,
Yeah.
like what Matt said, like the level that like the music could be seen parallel to is Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
How insane it is. Like it's just, oh my God, like the show's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, when I was just watching the David Hasselhoff one, I was just amazed though at the technicality of all the songs. I'm like, holy cow.
Yes.
This is going to be an amazing show for you guys. Good for you, because wow.
Yeah, it's so, it challenges you. And I think that's another reason why I love being here and doing this. And I look forward to coming every day because, you know, most of us are working full time, or, you know, like we're so busy and stressed out all day. And then like people are like, well, why would you want to take on a huge commitment like this? Because it's a step away from, you know, reality. You get to step into the life of another person, portray that person how you want to portray it. And, you know, at the end of the day, you're going to be exhausted and tired. You're going to go home, wake up, and do everything you did the next day. But it's something to look forward to, you know? And I think a lot of, especially the adults, can relate to that as well, because it's like, you just need something to look forward to, because it's otherwise it's just a repetitive, nonstop kind of cycle, you know, day to day. So that's why I love it so much.
So were there any scenes for you that were particularly challenging?
All of them.
All of them?
Every single one of them. Because it's so different for me. I'm not a overtly sexual person, I guess, you know? And it was like, oh, by the way, you're going to shake your tits in 2 people's faces. Oh, okay. And another thing, like I said, like Autumn is amazing at what she does. She really makes sure that you're comfortable. Matt's super respectful. Like everyone on the cast is super like, this is, what are you comfortable with? Are you cool with this? And it's good too, because we're with each other all the time. So now we are super comfortable, and it's like, it gets you out of your comfort zone, but it's like I said, you're stepping into the reality of another, like you're not yourself when you step on stage. So it's very different. Like the corset, like it's the costumes. I am not used to having my boobs up to my throat. I'm not used to having my lungs cinched into and touching my kidneys. I just, it's so different, but you get so used to it and you get so excited, your adrenaline starts pumping, and like Patrick said, you step on stage and it's just, everything else just disappears. The lights hit you and you're boom, you're there. So it really is so amazing to be able to experience it.
I love that. I'm super excited for you guys. I'm super excited for the audience to come.
I am too.
We're super excited to feel like we're a little bit of a part of it, because you guys have opened up to us and shared so much.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts from you?
Yeah, just tell anyone you know about it. Like, this show is so unlike any other shows. Like, Mamma Mia would have been amazing to do, right? Everyone knows Mamma Mia. Everyone knows the songs from Mamma Mia. They know the story from Mamma Mia. And yeah, people can read the book, but it's like you're seeing it play in front of your face, and you're seeing everyday people that are portraying these characters and are going through and portraying these stories and, you know, going through these things. It's insane to see. So it's gonna be so good, and anyone that you know should come and see it, because it's gonna be worth it.
We're excited. Yeah, we wouldn't be here if it was Mamma Mia, because, you know, we're looking at the dark side of Jekyll and Hyde.
Right.
So that's why we're here. So I'm so glad you did Jekyll
Right.
and Hyde.
I am
Not
too.
that I don't love Mamma Mia. It's one of my favorites.
Hopefully we can do at some point. And if we do it, you should still come see it. Obviously, it's gonna still
we
be
will
good,
be here
but,
to see it for sure.
But I mean, just like it's the gothic, the darkness, and there's you know, it's just the music, everything about it is just, it's fire. It's gonna be so good. I'm so excited. Oh, yes.
Well, we're freaking excited.
Yeah, you guys definitely got us pumped and ready to go.
Well, we can, if you guys are open to it, after we're done closing this out, because we can't really record it, we can give you guys some little taste of it if you want. We can sing some songs for you.
We would love that.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not even a question.
All right. So we
All
can do
right.
that.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
All right. So that's incredible.
It is incredible.
Super
I'm excited.
exciting. So yeah, we'll make a post about the dates. We'll make a post about obviously the names of everyone that we talked about and what their roles are. And we're definitely going to talk about the live show after we see it.
Yep.
So,
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
any final thoughts, Becky?
I don't think so. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
I
I
was
think everybody should come see it.
I was pretty excited. I love this. I love this. I
Pretty
love
excited.
I
Now
love-
you're really excited?
Well, yeah. it's different. It's crazy. It's going to be so good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, definitely. Thank you all so much for being here today. We appreciate it so much.
yeah, it's really been an absolute pleasure to talk to all of you and get your thoughts. I think we got more than we even expected,
Yeah.
honestly. So,
Yeah,
That's
I'm
great.
excited to edit this and get it up. It's going to be a good episode.
yay! Today the pod, tomorrow the world. My name is Sydney Rebecca,
And I'm Rebecca Snow.
and we're the Becks.
Yay!
Yay, everybody!